As the countdown commences, the suspense builds. It's like waiting for a toast to pop, but way more intense. We're about to embark on a journey from 10 to 1, unveiling the top 10 weirdest cults that have ever existed, each one stranger than the last. So buckle up and brace yourselves for a journey into the bizarre. It's going to be a wilder ride than the one your toast takes. Kicking off at number 10, we delve into the movement for the restoration of the 10 Commandments of God. They took "thou shalt not speak" a bit too literally on some days. Born out of Uganda in the mid-1980s, this cult clung to a literal interpretation of the biblical 10 Commandments. Their doctrine was a cocktail of Christian teachings and apocalyptic prophecies, with a strict emphasis on silence to avoid breaking the commandment against bearing false witness. Members lived austere lives, abstaining from sex, soap, and speaking on certain days. The leaders prophesied the world would end at the turn of the millennium. However, when the apocalypse didn't arrive, they orchestrated a deadly mass murder-suicide, claiming over 700 lives in March 1000. This group serves as a chilling reminder of how distorted interpretations of religious teachings can lead to devastating consequences. A grim start, but we're just getting started. At number 9, we have the Aetherius Society. This particular society takes a unique spin on the cult world, focusing on the belief in advanced extraterrestrial intelligence. The members of the Aetherius Society firmly believe that beings from other planets are far superior to US Earthlings, and that these extraterrestrial beings are here to guide humanity towards a brighter, more enlightened future. Their practices, as you might imagine, are quite unlike anything you'd find in your typical Sunday service. Members engage in Operation Prayer Power, where they charge spiritual batteries with prayer to be released when the world needs it the most. They also claim to have cooperated with Jesus, Buddha, and other religious figures who they believe are advanced aliens residing on Venus. And if you're wondering, yes, they do believe in UFOs, even claim that their founder George King was in contact with these cosmic beings. That's a whole new level of out of this world. It seems like really took reach for the stars, quite literally. Number 8 brings us to the Church of Euthanasia. Talk about taking reduce, reuse, recycle to a whole new level. This, folks, is not your run-of-the-mill place of worship. Instead of promoting life, this cult, founded in the early 90s, advocates for a rather unsettling doctrine: population reduction. Yes, you heard right. They believe the world's problems can be solved by voluntarily reducing the number of humans. Their motto, "Save the planet, kill yourself," paints a stark picture of their ideology. Disturbing practices such as suicide, abortion, cannibalism and sodomy are seen as sacred rites. The founder, Chris Corder, claims to have received these teachings from an alien intelligence, adding an extra layer of peculiarity to their beliefs. The Church of Euthanasia is a stark reminder of how belief systems can take a turn, with their pro-death stance challenging our most fundamental instincts of survival and preservation of life. A chilling thought, isn't it? Moving on to number 7, the Order of the Solar Temple. This cult, originating in Switzerland in the mid-70s, was birthed from a blend of Christianity, ufology and New Age philosophy. Its founders, Luc Jouret and Joseph de Mambro, convinced followers of a belief in the continuation of life on other planets. They held that they were selected to lead humanity's transition to these new worlds, a journey that would begin after death. Their teachings were shrouded in secrecy and ritual, an emphasis on solar symbolism and the Templar tradition. However, this group's story took a tragic turn in the mid-90s. Police discovered the charred bodies of dozens of members in Switzerland and Quebec. It was a mass murder-suicide, orchestrated by the leaders who believed it was time for their transcendental journey. The Order of the Solar Temple is a chilling example of how belief can be twisted to devastating ends, a truly tragic tale of misplaced faith. And if you're looking for a bit of dark humor here, think of it as following a GPS that leads you right off a cliff. At number 6, we delve into the Raelian movement. This fascinating group, founded in the 70s by Claude Vorilhon, or Rael as he later came to be known, holds some truly out-of-this-world beliefs. Central to doctrine is the idea that life on Earth was scientifically created by a species of extraterrestrials, which they refer to as the Elohim. Raelians believe that these advanced beings, mistaken for gods by our primitive ancestors, will return to Earth when we are ready to meet them. Part of being ready involves embracing a global society free of money and war and full of sensual pleasures. The Raelian movement also champions human cloning as a path to eternal life, claiming to have successfully cloned back in the early 2000s. With its blend of science fiction and hedonism, the Raelian movement presents a unique take on the origin and future of humanity. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Or maybe that's just the alien mind control talking. Halfway through at number 5, the Nuwaubian Nation. They've had more identity crises than a teenager with a Tumblr account. The Nuwaubian Nation, a group with doctrines as shifting as the sands of time, is our next stop on this journey. This cult, founded by Dwight York in the 70s, started as a Muslim community in New York, but over time its teachings morphed to include elements of ancient Egyptian and extraterrestrial cultures. York, also known as Malachi Z. York, claimed to be a divine prophet with a mission to uplift African Americans. He built an Egyptian-themed compound in Georgia, where he and his followers lived until the early 2000s. However, his reign came to an abrupt end when he was convicted for multiple counts of child molestation and racketeering, leading to a prison sentence of 135 years. The Nuwaubian Nation's story is a stark reminder of the dangers lurking within charismatic leaders and their ever-changing doctrines. A truly perplexing tale of manipulation. Number 4 brings us to Aum Shinrikyo. Emerging in Japan in the late 1980s, this cult, led by the charismatic yet deeply misguided Shoko Asahara, combined elements of Buddhism, Christianity and yoga with apocalyptic prophecies. However, their notoriety escalated in 1995, when members carried out a deadly sarin gas attack on the Tokyo subway system during rush hour. This horrifying incident, which left 13 people and more than 50 seriously injured, shocked the world. Asahara and 12 of his followers were subsequently arrested and found guilty of masterminding the attack. After a lengthy trial, they were sentenced to death. In July 2018, Asahara and 6 of his followers were executed, marking a chilling end to a cult that had brought so much fear and destruction. Aum Shinrikyo, now rebranded as Aleph, remains active today. It serves as a terrifying reminder of the power of belief and the lengths some will go to in pursuit of their twisted ideologies. And here's a little dark humor for you. Aum Shinrikyo, now rebranded as Aleph, remains active today. Talk about a bad case of brand loyalty. Coming in at number 3, Heaven's Gate. They really took the sky's the limit to a whole new level. This cult catapulted to infamy in the late 90s with a tragic event that shook the world. They were led by a charismatic individual named Marshall Applewhite, who convinced his followers that behind the Hale-Bopp comet, a spaceship was coming to take them to an extraterrestrial paradise. These believers, 39 in total, committed mass suicide in the belief that their souls would ascend to this otherworldly utopia. They wore matching black outfits, Nike sneakers, and covered themselves with purple shrouds, believing their physical bodies were merely vessels that needed to be abandoned to reach their true home. Their doctrine was a peculiar mix of Christian belief, New Age philosophy, and science fiction. They believed they were extraterrestrial souls trapped in human bodies, awaiting liberation. The chilling tale of Heaven's Gate serves as a stark reminder of the dangerous power of belief and the devastating consequences of mass delusion. Almost at the top, at number 2, the People's Temple. This cult was founded in the mid-20th century by a charismatic leader named Jim Jones. With promises of a utopian society, he led his followers to establish a commune in Guyana, aptly named Jonestown. However, this commune far from paradise. Jones controlled every aspect of his followers' lives, instilling fear and paranoia about the outside world. His reign culminated in a horrific event known as the Jonestown Massacre. In November of 1978, under Jones's orders, over 900 of his followers drank a cyanide-laced fruit punch, resulting in one of the largest mass suicides in history. The People's Temple and the Jonestown Massacre serve as a chilling testament to the power of manipulation and the dangers of blind obedience. It is a grim reminder of the lengths to which people will go in the pursuit of a promised utopia. It's like following a diet plan from a fast food restaurant, a grim reminder of the dangers of blind obedience with a side of fries. Finally, at number 1, we have the most infamous of them all, Scientology. They've got more secrets than a reality TV show. You never know, they might just start their own series. Keeping Up with the Scientologists next. Founded in the early 50s by science fiction writer L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology has certainly carved out a niche for itself in the annals of unusual belief systems. Promoting a doctrine of self-help and spiritual rehabilitation through auditing, Scientology boasts a star-studded list of followers, including the likes of Tom Cruise and John Travolta. The church's association with Hollywood glamour and success has been a significant factor in its ongoing allure, despite its controversial practices. Scientology's teachings are shrouded in secrecy, with the highest levels of spiritual enlightenment, or OT levels, revealed only to those who've made significant financial contributions to the church. Critics argue that this pay-to-progress model is more akin to a business enterprise than a religious institution. In the realm of controversy, Scientology has had its fair share. Allegations of harassment, exploitation, and abuse have dogged the church for decades, leading to numerous legal battles. The church's aggressive stance towards its critics and defectors, known as fair game, has also been a source of considerable controversy. Despite these issues, the Church of Scientology continues to exist, with branches around the world. It's a testament to the power of belief and perhaps the allure of the unknown. Remember, while Scientology may be the most infamous on our list, it's merely one of many unusual belief systems out there. The diversity of human thought is truly remarkable, and these cults are testament to that in their own peculiar, often troubling ways. Here's a cult that continues to baffle, intrigue, and keep us all guessing. To wrap things up, let's recap the top 10 weirdest cults we've discussed. We kicked with the Movement for the Restoration of the Ten Commandments of God, a cult that predicted an apocalypse that never came. Then came the Aetherius Society, which believes in advanced extraterrestrial intelligences. We also covered the Church of Euthanasia for population reduction in rather unconventional ways. Our journey took us to the Order of the Solar Temple with its tragic end, and the Raelian movement, claiming that life on Earth was scientifically created by a species of extraterrestrials. The Nubian Nation, a blend of black supremacy and alien theories, made the list, as well as Aum Shinrikyo, responsible for the deadly Tokyo subway sarin attack. We delved into Heaven's Gate, a cult believing in an extraterrestrial afterlife, the People's Temple, known the infamous Jonestown Massacre, and finally Scientology, the Hollywood-connected group with controversial practices. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and always question the norm. And here's a little piece of advice. If a cult asks for your credit card details, it's probably not for the next interstellar travel. It's most likely a scam. All right, now that we've taken a deep dive into the world of bizarre cults, it's time to engage with you, our viewers. If you found this content interesting, if it sparked your curiosity, or if it just plain weirded you out, we'd love to hear from you. Why not hit that like button to let us know you've enjoyed this journey into the strange and sometimes scary world of cults? Your likes help us understand what content you find the most intriguing, so don't be shy in showing your appreciation. And if you're not already part of our YouTube community, consider hitting the subscribe button too. We regularly delve into a variety of topics, from the weird and wonderful to the downright mind-boggling. If you enjoy learning about the bizarre, the unexplained, or the just plain weird, subscribing to our channel will ensure you never miss a video. So until our next exploration into the strange and unexplained, remember, stay curious, stay vigilant, and always question the norm. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because we've got plenty more where this came from. See you in the next video.